What's up, guys? Dave here from Ryan and Dave Save the World. We've got another great episode for you this week because my wife, Stephanie, is here to join us because Ryan is out. He is on maternity leave. His newest member of the family, baby Chuck, was born a few days ago, so my wife Stephanie's filling in. Hope you guys enjoy. What's up? Whoa, who's this? Who are you? Wow, you're gorgeous. What are you doing here? What's your name? I'm just like in awe right now because there's this beautiful lady sitting on the couch next to me right now. Joining me on Ryan and Dave Save the World is my co-host, my fill-in co-host for this week. My wife. She's great and wonderful, and her name's Stephanie. So welcome to the show. Yeah. Woo. It was really easy to convince her to come on the show with me since we're at her house and she didn't really have anything better to do. I'm sure there's 1,000 things better to do than come and sit down here with me and do this silly podcast. So I really appreciate you being here. Otherwise, I'd be doing this by myself, and we all know how that would probably go. Yeah, not so great. Yeah, it would just be.
When is he done talking?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But no, if you wouldn't have said that, I'll give you $50, I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Okay, a little bribery.
Yeah, so you're gonna pay me $50, right? Like after we're all done.
Oh, I didn't. I guess. Yeah, I didn't really see that part of the contract.
Oh, you remember having that conversation before?
No, I seem to have forgotten about that.
Okay,
well. Anyway, cheers. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Tradition. What'd you mix up there? I know we're a little limited on the old cocktail sauce.
Well, since there was a little bit of Crown Royal on the counter, I'm like,
it's my kind of girl.
I don't really do whiskey, but let's just pour some on the rocks. Let's do it. And then we just, there was a lot of ice in here, but it's actually a lot of whiskey.
Is there any wash or like any mix?
Nope, just straight.
That's straight whiskey.
Yep.
That's a full glass of whiskey.
I'm heavy-handed.
That's a lot of... Wait, there's nothing else mixed in there? Okay. For those of you listening who aren't watching the YouTube channel, you need to get the YouTube video out and check this out because that is a full rail glass of whiskey. That is not all whiskey.
No, it's not.
Okay, all right. You almost had me convinced.
Though, really?
You did, yeah.
No, that is like maybe that much whiskey to that much peach Snapple. It actually tastes pretty good.
Oh, I was actually thinking about that. And I was eyeballing, I'm not going to lie, I was eyeballing up the rest of that peach Snapple like 3 times tonight already.
Oh, well,
and I resisted.
It's gone.
Well, I resisted because I'm like, oh, obviously I didn't open it. It's half gone. I better not drink Stephanie's Snapple.
Don't be drinking my Snapple.
What would you have done? Let's say you went in the fridge to make your drink and it was gone. And obviously I probably drank it. What would you have thought?
That shithead just drank my Snapple.
That's it? And then you just go get a new one? Or would you be like, would you be like, did he not see that it was half full and I was obviously still drinking it?
Yeah, that too, probably.
So guys, the moral of the story is whatever you're thinking in your head your wife might think, that's probably what she's thinking. So just listen, you assholes. Anyways.
And read between the lines.
Yeah, moving right along. So the reason why Stephanie is actually filling in on the show tonight is because Ryan, my normal Ryan and Dave Save the World, hello. Ryan and his family, his wife, had their baby Charlie Marcus Taylor.
I know I saw it, but I can't remember what it was.
Anyways, so yeah, Chuck was born a few days ago.
Baby Chuck.
Baby Chuck, old Chuck Taylor. So he is, Ryan is on major dad duty. I gotta tell you, like, I'm so glad I know it sounds terrible, but we have 3 children, you and I.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
For people who might not know. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy knowing we're not going to have to go through like that infant, baby stage ever again.
Well, I know you want the kids to be 18, but
yeah,
it's going to take a while.
I want them to just tomorrow, dude. Just get out of my house.
Yeah. It's kind of sad though, thinking about like no more babies.
Why do you
like the way they
feel
smell,
that way? Okay.
And they're just so
Yep.
tiny.
But what about when they poop everywhere and it's liquid and it really stinks and they're screaming in the middle of the night multiple times, waking up?
They still do that now, so it doesn't matter whether they're infant or...
Yeah, you're totally right about that. Oh my gosh, could you imagine an infant and then Davey doing... Oh my gosh, that would be ridiculous. Our oldest son, he is the best, man. That kid is a sport. He's a trooper. He just gets in these little funks. You know, he's a 6-year-old, so, I mean, it is what it is. But it is to the point where you cannot reason with this child. And it's random, you know. It could be because he's tired, could be because he's hungry, maybe he has to go potty. And then it's
pooping is a big factor for him.
Yeah, just hard to deal with him sometimes. Well, anyways, so he would be screaming, the baby would be screaming, and then Frankie, our middle, he would probably he'd probably look around and be like, oh, everybody else is screaming, I'm going to start screaming. He did that the other day. And then Thea would probably, what would she do? She would probably just realize our attention is taken up like infinitely.
And just get super mad?
And just go to town on whatever, climbing a bookshelf, tearing out anything she can possibly find to tear apart.
Basically turn into a little gremlin?
Yeah. And just attack the whole house and then laugh about it. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm so glad we're not having any more kids. So anyway, what do you do for a living?
I make people beautiful.
Cool. Well, how do you?
Or at least I try.
How do you do that?
It's a lot of.
Well, what do you do for a living? Like, what's your career? What would you?
I'm trying to think of something like really creative and funny to say, but it's not coming. I do hair.
Yeah.
I'm a hairdresser.
You're a hairstylist.
Hairstylist, hairdresser.
Just like me. Isn't that weird? I still think about that sometimes. I'm like, that's so weird that we both do the same thing.
I guess I think about it, but I don't think it's necessarily weird.
So you do hair, and Stephanie and I have a really neat situation. We co-rent a chair at a local salon that is a rental salon, and it allows us to be part-time stay-at-home parents and then part-time work. And so we don't need a babysitter or daycare or anything, even though your mom helps us out a lot, which is great. And my mom also helps us out quite a bit during the week with at least one of the kids, which is really fantastic. And so how long have you been doing hair?
12 years last year.
12 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. And do you just do hair, or have you, do you do other things?
I used to do a lot of makeup. When I first got into cosmetology. So between hair and makeup, did nails for a short while.
What was your favorite?
Well, I still Well,
I mean, makeup may have been your favorite, but it just wasn't practical, you know, eventually, as far as maybe income or other things. I don't know.
I would say makeup initially, but then it just got to the point where it was a lot to remember. There was a lot of equipment, so it was kind of like, okay, either I need to spend more money and get a whole brand new makeup kit, or just step away from it and really truly just do hair.
Gotcha. Because makeup requires like a lot of travel. You did a lot of traveling, right?
There was a lot of traveling, a lot of weekends, a lot of long car rides. Yeah, I think you just kind of get tired of that and just don't want to be spending all that time in a car.
Right. And then when you get up early and then you're halfway there and you kind of forget something maybe you needed, and you get there and you're in a tiny hotel room. Maybe it's not tiny, it's usually a suite because you're doing like a bride's makeup or something like that, and they're bridesmaids and whatever. And you're in this, so either way, it's a hotel room, so it's less than ideal. Like mirror space is awkward and not good, and lighting is absolutely terrible unless they have a big window or something maybe. And you're there just dealing with, you know, girls who are maybe hungover, maybe a bride who's having a bad day, maybe something, you know what I mean? And it's your job to make her beautiful, her face, the big thing that everyone's gonna be looking at, you know, beautiful for pictures for the rest of her life. And that's a big deal. That's a big weight. And you just did it. Like, you just went out and like it was like nothing.
That was my hustle.
Yeah, that was your hustle. You're really good at it.
It was funny commenting about that. When we were still in Florida and I had done some contract work through House of Woo, there was a model or a fashion show that had, I think it was like about 6 models, and it was basically just for the stores to come in and just purchase prom, wedding, special occasion dresses. And that day they, you know, kind of gave me the rundown of like, okay, we're going to do a really tight updo. It's got to stay through multiple changes, so it's got to last. And then they're like, we're doing fairly minimal makeup, but, you know, just a little to enhance, since these girls are basically going to just keep changing and doing, showing off the dresses. Okay, so I get my first model. She's got black eyes. She's got like makeup on still from like the day before. No. And it took me probably 3 times as long to like do her makeup, and then it just kind of set everything else back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are coming in looking at me like I'm not doing my job, but these models are coming in half hungover and just not prepared to do what they were there to do. It was crazy.
That's great. I mean, I think
good old Fort Myers.
Yeah, but you know, I think people think like, oh, you traveled and did makeup for like, you know, models and fashion shows and big weddings and stuff, and it's like, yeah, because everybody sees the result, you know, the end result, and not the hustle and the grind. And then, you know what, when they leave, it looks like a bomb just went off in that room, and you got to clean it all up.
Clean it all up,
pack up your crap, get back in your Toyota Camry, and drive 220 miles back home.
Yep.
You know, it's like, people don't realize the starving artist thing is, I mean, it's real. There are people like in any industry that make a ton of money and make a lot of money doing fashion things, you know. Mm-hmm. But I think the average person, I think you're extremely talented at makeup. You're definitely not average by any means. You're well above average. And there's no reason you couldn't have done just as good of a job. You know what I mean? But just because you just didn't have that break or that, you know, chance or however it all works, you know.
You got to know the right people.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So then you phased into more like just hair. Mm-hmm. And, well, hold on. Holy cow. Okay, excuse me. Sorry about that. Well, didn't you do like makeup tutorial or instruction too for a company?
I did work for Mirabella for a short while, and it really was only like 6 months. But it was the busiest 6 months just before moving to Florida. And I worked at one of the Lake Geneva shows that's always put on at the old Playboy Mansion. And then did also instruct a salon when they purchased a brand new kit of Mirabella, and then went through all the products and demonstrations and stuff.
But did you like that aspect of the industry?
That was a lot of hustle, and it was really busy. So I don't know if I could have done that long term.
Sure. Okay. Huh. I suppose if it fits your lifestyle, then maybe. So yeah, crazy. So okay, so yeah, that's really cool. And then so kind of I don't even know where to jump from here because it really kind of goes everywhere. But I mean, how did we? So we met.
You should probably tell the story. Are you going to tell us?
Should I?
Is that where you're going with this, or I'm trying to feel like
yeah,
what
like so. Okay, before all that, what? So you grew up here in Wausau, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is important because a lot of people who are on our show are just local people that we grew up with. So oddly enough, you grew up in Wausau. I grew up in Merrill, which these towns are 18, less than 20 miles apart. And for the longest time, you know, Merrill didn't really have a lot, so you came to Wausau to do your shopping. And this was before, obviously, like online shopping and all of this stuff. So I was in Wausau a lot. You know, my extended family was there. But I had never met you. I had never ran across you. I had never, you know what I mean? Just crazy. I mean, you are a little bit younger than I am, but you went to school with all of my cousins, basically.
Yeah, I think that's actually really funny. I've thought about that too.
I mean, did you have classes with any of them?
No, Josh is 1 year. Yeah, 1 year younger. Yeah. And then I think is Stacy and Josh in the same grade?
I'm not sure.
So yeah. Never really had classes with them, but would see them at school.
Well, and then, but my cousin Ashley said she knew you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how we actually met.
Yeah. So, yes. I remember actually in science class, I think it was Mrs. Groshek. I think that was her name that was teaching that science class, Science 9. And Ashley and I were like sitting across from each other. And of course, it was like the reproductive portion chapter,
section,
whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
it was just really strange, but I actually still remember.
That's sweet.
Ashley.
I've never heard this before.
I know. I guess I never really. This is all new. This is new stuff.
You were in the reproduction class chapter
of Science
of
9.
Science 9.
And Ashley and I sat next to each other.
And Ashley's my cousin who introduced us.
Yes.
I did not know that. That's so crazy.
That's funny.
That's really
I can't
weird.
believe this is the first time actually telling you that too.
That's hysterical. Wow. So it was really meant to be. If there was any if there was any, I don't even think there's no way we can ever like split up because it's just like this is literally like it's like ordained by God. I mean, all these signs.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe not. Why are you thinking about divorcing me or something? Don't do it. Don't do it, Steph.
Every day. No.
Well,
just kidding.
I don't blame you, actually.
No, I think we work well together.
I don't know.
I mean, our communication might be like, but I think it works. Some days more than others.
Yeah, we figure it out. We don't really have like major blow up fights or anything.
No. Mm-mm.
You know, the things that we do kind of get like for sure angry about with each other is usually it's just stuff we don't agree on. It's not like an actual.
And we have a hard time
issue.
trying to say like, okay, let's agree to disagree, but we each have to like prove our point.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's about it.
I'm always right and you're stubborn.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess if that's our vice, then we're doing okay. Guess we can work through that. So you were over at Kathy and Randy's house today, huh?
Yeah. So good. So good to talk to Kathy.
Kathy is our neighbor. I've mentioned her before, and she is just the sweetest woman. She is an angel from heaven, this woman. And her husband, Randor, he's actually been on the show, like episode 3 or something. We should have Randy back on. We always talk about that too. Are our neighbors, and they're fantastic. So you were visiting with Kathy today?
Yeah. She always offers me something to drink when I first come in, as the kids roll through and just tear apart her toy room. So she brings out a bottle of Crown Royal apple. It is so good. She's like, "Oh, here, you can even mix a Sprite in it. It tastes really good." I'm like, "No, I got some ice cubes in there. Just kept pouring it."
Just kept pouring it? You had more than one?
No, not really.
Are you sure? Maybe one.
I'm sure.
Maybe
It was just like one really big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you just kept pouring it in the same glass before it was empty, so technically you never had two? You ever try that trick?
I'd probably be a lot more drunk now.
Gotcha. Because what time was that? Like 3 o'clock this afternoon?
More like 4.
Hey, it's happy hour.
Oh, right. It's 5 o'clock
Early
somewhere.
bird happy hour. Early bird happy hour.
Yeah, Kathy's real nice.
So
I think we like her a lot because she cooks for us, and she gives us
cookies, treats,
and
all
spaghetti,
kinds of stuff.
and her baked beans. Man, her baked beans are so good.
And she comes over, and she'll just be more than happy. Like, oh my gosh, we just really need some help cleaning this house. Like, okay, when I say clean this house, some of you are like, oh, scrub the toilets, mop the floors. No, when I say clean the house at my house, and so maybe some of you can relate, I'm talking about there's the first layer. Which the first layer,
so now you're gonna
just the
have
dishes.
Everybody know that we have
for sure,
a dirty house. We just live in a dirty house.
It's just dishes.
Thanks.
It's just. I'm sure we're not the only ones, honey. Dishes. Okay, so it's the clean dishes sitting in the dishwasher and the strainer, drainer, air dryer thingy in the sink, and then the dirty dishes that are just piled up everywhere. And the leftover crusties on the table, and Thea's tray, and the other random cups laying around the house. Okay, that's layer 1, which takes about an hour.
So I pre-clean before.
So then it's layer 2, which is like the toys on the floor, the crayons everywhere, the markers everywhere, the blankets, the random articles of clothing that are strewn about, maybe a random diaper stuffed under the corner somewhere. Just chairs that are out of place, and then that's like layer 2. So Kathy is such a sweetheart, and she just loves to just help. And she comes over, and while we're doing the layers, like trying to just get down to the actual house to be cleaned, she's going around like actually cleaning the house.
Yeah,
and that was really fantastic, and she's such a blessing.
Yeah, I swear, when she cleaned our bathroom that one time, it stayed sparkling clean for at least 4 days.
Yes.
Which is
huge.
Never happened.
Yeah, that was amazing.
4 days straight. No toothpaste in the sink bowl.
It's amazing how quickly, she really cleaned. She's a very thorough cleaner. And so when we were done with the kitchen, she went up there and did that, and the floors and stuff. And oh my God, seriously, I felt so terrible. I'm like, I hope Kathy doesn't come over, because her whole beautiful floor she polished is just trash. There's food stuck to it, markers on it, like it never even happened, and it was like 4 days. Doesn't
last long, but it feels good when it's done.
That's true.
She's our savior, man.
So anyway, they are also building. Apparently, Randy, which he hasn't called me yet. I'm really ticked off about that. Surprised he didn't include me on these plans. He's tearing some stuff up in his basement for remodel, for putting in a pub, or like a live music pub or something. He was kind of showing off. I was like, dang, dude, that sounds really interesting. We'll have to see about that. Maybe we'll do a podcast from his pub.
Yeah, you'll have to set up, get the feel, test it out. Back to the cleaning thing.
Sure.
Did I tell you that when you came home and Thea had like that green stuff around her face?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember why?
I never got an answer, but I just assumed she ate a marker or was licking something.
So you know those special window crayons that the kids played with and they put it all over the window? So the crayon being on the window, she puts her face on it as she's licking and just rolling her face in it. She's watching Frankie outside playing in the sandbox in the snow. And all of a sudden she looks over me and I'm like, what the hell happened to your face? And then she shows me she's just licking it. Just couldn't get enough. Blue, green, all over her face. That girl. She'll eat and lick
edible,
everything.
Right? Crayola would make anything that's not edible, right?
I mean, between the crayons, regular crayons.
Oh my
crayons,
God.
I think she's just building her immune system. That's all she's doing.
She's a special girl. Oh. So we're thinking about going to the Apostle Islands.
That's right. February, you said?
Yeah. Which, maybe we'll go with some other friends of ours. And I think we decided no kids. And I would really like to, I'm going to really do my best to, one of my clients today actually suggested that possibly we should consider spending the night. But we'd have to get on that because it's like a 3-hour drive. But it's beautiful. It's like these ice caves up in Lake
I've seen
Michigan.
Pictures and stuff.
Yeah, I really want to go. I think that'd be fun. I think we should do that.
Okay, well, we just have to figure out where they're going to spend the night.
Well,
we'll take 3 kids overnight.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to have to split it up, maybe 2 and 1. We'll figure that out. But
Apostle Islands.
No, yeah, I'm just thinking about before we make that plan for sure, I would have to call and see if there is any availabilities on that weekend anyway. Because if there's no availabilities, then...
Well, get your shit together, David.
Babe, she just told me tonight, okay? Just calm down. Oh, gosh. I'm going to figure it out. So I want to go there, the Apostle Islands.
We'll go.
Yeah. So anyway, how did we meet?
I think you tell the story better.
Well, okay. I'll tell my perspective and then you can jump in.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try that.
So you and I was living in Florida and I was home visiting for 4th of July, which I did usually because 4th of July up here is a blast when you're single and young. It could still be a blast, I guess. Just changed a little. So I was up here and we went out for a Friday night fish fry, of course. And after the fish fry, we went to the JC Fair, which is like a pseudo fair. But of course you have a beer tent and a band playing because it's Wisconsin and it's a fair and there's rides. So there's always a beer tent. And so we're sitting there and we're just having some beers, watching the band. And then you walked in and I'm like, whoa, like she did not look like she's from here. She is just drop dead gorgeous. And I was like, man, crazy. So anyway, I was like, I'm not going to go up to her. Obviously I live in Florida. Obviously you're probably married or have a boyfriend because no good looking girls as attractive as you are single here at your age. Like it didn't exist. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, I was like, she's taken,
okay.
I guarantee.
Okay.
So then I saw my cousin Ashley talking to you.
Just catching up
because you guys had classes together. Crazy. So Ashley comes back over and she's like, I was like, so I went up to her immediately and I was like, so you know that girl? Like, you know? She's like, yeah, I just went to high school with her. Why, do you want to meet her? Yes, I do. That'd be fantastic.
It's funny because I didn't even see you at this point.
Yeah. So you didn't even see me at this point.
No.
Wow. Okay, so what were you actually doing there that night? Because I feel like that's really random. Because I don't know. I was like, I know we're in Wausau, but it's really random that she's here for some reason. I felt like.
Okay. As random as that is, at that point in my life, I was putting myself into work. I was just almost working too much at that point. And by the time I got home, I just wanted to hang out by myself, not do anything fun. And all of a sudden, after a while, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to like just go out, actually have a good time. And it happened to be JC's fair night. So fair, okay, let's go. Called up Jackie and be like, let's go to the fair. Do something. I don't know.
So
that's my story.
How long do you feel? You think it's a boring story, but I think it's so crazily like obviously, you know, why that night. And I was there one time for one set of hours.
Maybe it was serendipity.
Yeah, dude.
Is that what that is?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know what that actually means. I know there's a movie called Serendipity.
Isn't it where like two people meet somewhere at the same time?
Yeah, that's probably.
But then maybe it's like seeing them again the second time. Is that serendipity?
No idea. We'll have to look it up.
I probably sound really stupid right now.
No, you don't. It's okay because I don't know what it is, so we both sound stupid. So whatever, that's fine.
We can cut this portion out.
No, we don't. We don't edit anything. It's staying. So
I don't know. There wasn't a like special reason. It was just like I was in a funk for so long that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm ready.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. Yeah. The moons were aligned, or the stars were aligned.
Seriously, we should look back if we could somehow figure out that date and time and figure out what the lunar alignment was. Maybe there is something to it.
I think that was.
It was
January 2nd. It wasn't the 4th yet.
July 2nd. It was
July 2nd.
It was probably the Friday before 4th of July, right? I would assume.
Yeah.
Because it had or was it after the 4th of July?
No, it was before, because then you had asked me to your parents' house who have the 4th of July party.
Oh, yeah.
And I already had a date.
Oh.
Because some guy came up before you.
Yeah, dude. To see what I'm saying? Okay, hold on. We'll get to that. Okay.
So I couldn't make it to your shindig because I had. Why are we talking about this? This
is great. This is fantastic.
This isn't even
okay.
Isn't even material that people want. You don't want to really know this, do you?
Yeah, trust me. This is fantastic. This is gold. Okay, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit.
So now I keep rewinding.
No. Okay. So my cousin said, "Would you like to meet her?" And I said, "Absolutely." So she went to you. And
yes.
How did that conversation go? What did she say to you to convince you to meet up with us later? Because I'm like, after she left, I'm like, there's no way that beautiful girl is going to agree to just meet a random person at a bar. And now that I know
free drinks.
Okay, so anyway, go ahead. So my cousin comes back up to you and says what?
She's like, hey, my cousin's in town and he was wondering if you wanted to meet. So where are you going to be next?
Oh, she asked you where you were going to be.
No. I'm sorry. Something either we're going to be at the bar next or however that went.
Come on down.
It was just like the next place that we were going to bounce to or whatever.
Yep. Okay.
Now, to this point yet, with talking with Ashley, I still didn't see you. I had no idea who she was talking about. So I didn't even see you. And I showed up to the bar.
Still came?
Still came.
Either you were really desperate or you had a good feeling in your
You were just
I was debating if I should say that or not. I was like, I hope she laughs. Because it's just, I'm kidding.
Well, like half kidding, but I get it.
No,
Sorry.
I'm not even half kidding. I'm full kidding. That was full kid.
So now, at this point, we're at the bar. The bar. It's called The Bar.
Yeah.
Cedar Creek. So, I think I went home and I changed. Because technically
You changed. I know that.
Oh,
I remember
you did?
that.
You noticed?
I noticed.
Oh, okay.
You had
I got my dancing pants on.
You had like a flowy dress on when you came in.
Yes.
It was like all patterned, kind of weird, green, white, black, maybe blue, dark blue.
Oh,
yeah.
that's really good memory. Yeah,
So maybe
blue,
it was-
green, black.
Yeah.
And had like diamond shapes on it.
Yep.
Yep. Mostly black.
And then you came, and I think you were in a black shirt and dark blue jeans.
I don't even remember what shirt I
something.
was wearing, but yeah, I was in jeans and a t-shirt. I had to put my dancing pants on. So I had to go home, change, and then at this point, finally, walk through the doors at the bar. I don't know how we got so distracted. So
It's okay. So anyway.
it's fine. Walk through the doors, and immediately I turn to the right, where basically the bar, the people are, and I picked you out. I was like, that's him. I don't know why. I just know for a fact that was you. You had on your black fedora, feathers. Remember those?
My mullet. I had a power mullet.
You had your
It was like a braided with a braid and some feather.
Sweet mullet.
Yeah.
I want you to get that back.
I can do that.
I keep telling you
I'll
to grow
I'm
your
gonna do
hair
it this
out.
summer.
You know,
I'm gonna
you
do
really
it.
need
I'm
to
going
grow-
mullet. I'm going
He's growing
mullet
his mullet back out.
this summer. You heard it first.
Mullet.
Okay.
So you had your mullet. You had your 5 or 6 different feather extensions in your hair in the mullet. Had your V-neck t-shirt with your chain that you got on there. Skinny tight jeans, man. And then with like your slick boots, I'm like, this dude is not from here.
I had some like quarter zip like ankle boots, like
Yeah.
leather ankle boots.
Man,
Flat, square toed.
if you can get back in that outfit, that'd be great.
Babe, I don't know if I could get back in that outfit. I think I still have that shirt, and I still have that fedora, and I still have the chain. I'm wearing it right now.
You do, because you actually do wear that shirt.
And
I think.
I have jeans just as skinny.
I know.
And I
Hey,
have
by the
boots.
way, your Pocketbook Revolution video
Yeah.
that was recorded when you played, those jeans, I was like, where did he find them? He
They're
doesn't.
in the very bottom corner of my dresser drawer.
Because this is now
are.
like your attire. Your attire with these stretchy pants.
Oh yeah, it's so
stretchy,
good. Yes.
You know.
Yes, this is me now.
Lycra, our future.
Yeah. So if
Anyways.
you want to see me in extra tight, skinny, stretchy jeans, you got to go check out Pocketbook Revolution on Facebook. Ryan just put it up, and you can. There's some videos on there and some pictures, and from our reunion show that was at Goose Fest. So that was a lot of fun. So you saw me.
Saw you. Just picked you out like a sore thumb. You were not from here.
No, I didn't think you were from here. Well, you've got a very your facial structure, I think, looks very European.
Oh, why thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
I don't know what that means. Very Scandinavian. I don't know. It's just I didn't think you were from
Polish and German.
here.
It's okay. Yeah, so all of a sudden I eye you up. I'm like, oh, he's looking good. And then
So hot.
ironic enough, there was another guy that was sitting right next to you that I knew. I think it was Nick Narlock. He's actually one of my ex-boyfriends. I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyways,
I don't care.
he was sitting right next to you and he was talking to me, and because he was talking to me, you
Oh yeah, dude.
snuck
I blocked
in,
him out so hard, dude.
got blocked. You totally
dude, I
did.
just crushed him. Dude.
Came up with some
didn't-
drinks.
He doesn't have any game, dude. That guy didn't have any chance. I was like, look at this chump over here trying to talk to this girl. Dude, watch this.
Yeah.
Drinks, dude. Party. You want to dance? Just threw it down immediately. Just
took
like
me away.
there's not even a question what's going on here.
Yeah, your confidence definitely worked.
Well, in Florida, dude, it was like it taught me a lot.
Oh, okay. Well,
it taught me a lot.
It worked. Clearly,
here you are. So anyway, that's that. The rest is history, folks. So then, I don't know, maybe there was some rated R stuff that happened, and just
danced on the dance
dancing
floor.
on the dance floor, and just having a good time. And
you asked me out for dinner.
And then I was like, you know what? I really should probably, lock this down. Maybe not lock it down, put a ring on it. I mean, not.
Well, you could have done that a little faster.
Well,
whoa.
I mean, seriously though.
Just kidding.
Okay. We can
but
talk.
not.
I mean, really, we were engaged for what, 2 years? Not even?
No, because you...
Not even?
No. Was it, 2 years and then we got... I don't know.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know either, actually. Maybe it was 3.
I forget.
We don't even know when our anniversary is. We forgot our anniversary this year.
Let's talk about that.
We forgot our anniversary this year. It's January 20th. Let's just do it. January 20th.
What's the first? There's certain things that you get for each other for every anniversary.
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
There's like paper, metal, wood, cotton. I don't know if even that's one. And you're supposed to like find something that
I'm all about like fantasy and good deep conversation, but all that hokey shit, I don't know. I'm not into that. You into that?
No, I just felt like I had to explain that.
Okay.
I don't know what
I've
the
heard
first
about
anniversary thing.
Oh, I've heard. Oh, and then by
give.
like the 50th, it's like gold or something, or
yeah, just a wad of cash.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Right, I've heard about this.
Actually, second year anniversary is a wad of cash. Just so
I'm pretty sure you got a wad of cash for our second anniversary. Actually, it wasn't a wad, but it was some money.
What?
I gave you like $70. Remember that? It wasn't a wad of cash.
The one time you gave me money, $70. That's a wad of cash. All right. Oh, that's why I didn't remember.
Anyway, so you so I guess we long distance dated for a while there.
Yeah, it was like almost on the dot 6 months. July, December.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah. And then it was kind of like crossroads, like one of us kind of has to move if we want to really actually take this seriously. Otherwise, we might as well break up. Felt like we were pretty both level-headed about that, which is kind of cool. But by that point, I'm like, yeah, okay, if I don't marry this girl, then I think I missed out on my opportunity.
To your last chance.
Pretty much. I'd still be single. I'd be drunk on the beach right now. Trying to pick up 22-year-old girls. How terrible would that be?
Oh,
how terrible.
It would be bad.
Oh, God.
Really
I'm
bad.
just embarrassed for myself thinking about it. Oof.
Yikes. Well, thank goodness. I saved you, honey.
You did.
From your knight in shiny armor.
Yeah, you are. And I'll be your other knight or princess. Steed, you can ride me. Wow. Oh, you want me your trusty steed. Gee whiz.
That was really inappropriate, and I should not.
PG-13 here.
Your parents are going to watch this, aren't they?
Oh, my gosh. Beth Ploutz probably is going to be watching this.
Sorry.
Oh, boy.
I take that back. We're cutting that out.
No, that's good.
It didn't work.
Nope. No, that works, but that's all right. Well, anyway, so whatever. We're just doing some chit-chat here, and if you guys like what you're hearing, I don't know. We live together, so you could probably drop in occasionally. And in fact, you might need to be my co-host for like the next couple weeks, to be honest with you. Because Ryan is going to be pretty tied up.
Okay. Well, you probably want to get some feedback today just to make sure that...
when it comes out on Monday, so stay tuned. And let us know if there's any aspect of our story that you'd want to hear more of, and then if Ryan can't make it, we'll have you back on, and then we'll maybe hopefully somebody can give us some feedback, and we'll go from there, and then maybe get a couple of these episodes in the books with.
Do people really
Stephani.
want to know about how we met and all that junk?
Oh, I'm sure. If they don't, we'll tell them anyway.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. If they don't want to listen, they don't have to listen, you know. So that's the cool thing about podcasts.
Click.
Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, this is dumb. Fast forward, rewind. I never want to listen to this podcast again. It's terrible. But I think
There was one thing that I forgot to mention. Are we on a time lot here? Are we
no,
approaching?
you can go ahead and mention it.
So back to way before us meeting. I think I've told you this. Tell me if I have.
You can tell me again.
So in like February of that year, so 2010, however many months I met you, my friend Sarah and I were at Denny's, good old Denny's, drinking coffee, having, I don't know, those fries with all like the loaded stuff on top. So good. At like 12 o'clock at night, just sitting having coffee.
And loaded fries.
That's what we did. We either got drunk or we went to Denny's, or we did both. Anyways,
Right.
Back to my story. So we're sitting there. And at this point in my life, I've been single for a while, living with my parents, and I was just like, something's got to give. Something's, I don't know, just didn't feel right. So I was telling Sarah, being at this point in my life, I'm like, are you singing? Are you listening?
Yeah.
I don't like it when you do this stuff, because are you actually listening to me?
I'm 1,000% listening to you. Absolutely,
Okay.
I am.
Seem a little distracted. So anyways, I'm looking at Sarah and I'm saying, hey, like, I just don't feel like I'm meant to be here. I feel like something is actually pulling me in a different direction. Like some sort of like, I don't know even what you would call it. Intention.
You know,
or
that
whatever.
was my intention, right?
Was it? In
Babe,
February?
I intention really hard out.
Because it was the weirdest thing. I told her, I'm like, I don't think I'm meant to be here. I think I'm supposed to be somewhere else. I just don't know what. I don't know where. And she's like, well, maybe you should try moving out of your parents' house. And I was like, I don't think that's it. Nope, it's really actually a little stronger than that. So fact is that I had that feeling, that premonition, whatever you want to call it, in February of the year before we actually met.
Whoa.
That's all I wanted to say.
That's crazy.
Did I ever tell you that? I thought I told you that.
I feel like maybe you have, but it's been a while, so that was a awesome
Good refresher.
That's a good story. No, that's fantastic. That because I don't know. I believe in that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm just kind of a weirdo that way. Intention and the universe and stars and I don't know. I just think there's a lot of stuff out there that's I don't know. If you get in tune enough and you're willing to listen and look for it and train yourself to feel it, then you can. There's some stuff out there that's helping us along as we go, and as long as you're willing to listen to it and accept it, and even though sometimes you may not understand it, it's something about feels right, so you do it,
Mm-hmm.
You can't be afraid of it. And I don't think, you were like the whole process of you moving to Florida. I just was like really impressed by you and just like how well you took everything in stride and like assimilated and just kind of obviously, even not so much when you got there, but like the process leading up to it, that's a major change, life change. And to do it for a guy, it's like, whoa, that's.
Well, I figured you were a keeper after our first date, and you opened the door to get in the car, opened the door to get in the restaurant, you paid for our meal.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I think this guy's actually a winner. Finally.
So if you're out there and you're single and you're just really down and out about what you should do, just listen to the universe. Go to the beer tent.
The JC's Fair.
JC Fair, and look for your
Wausau,
soulmate.
Wisconsin.
Maybe it's the bowling alley.
Oh, maybe
They're
it's
out there.
bowling. Yeah,
They're
anywhere.
out there.
Do a little meditation.
Yep.
Think about it.
Yep. Draw them to you.
Yeah.
Drop the perfect person in your mind. Put it out to the universe. And maybe you'll never find them. So maybe you should just move to Florida or somewhere else and try that.
Well, actually, what I envisioned was somebody a little taller, but, I settled.
Yeah,
It's okay.
That's okay. I know. That's a hard sell. I really got to make up for it in other ways. Not like that, but, like personality and, how funny I am, my dance moves. And
David, neither of us think each other is
That's
funny.
true.
So let's not
no.
even go there.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not funny. You tell me that almost every day.
That's not true.
I try, David. I really, really try.
You're funny sometimes. I think sometimes I laugh.
Not really.
But you, do you think I'm funny? Sometimes you laugh. I make you laugh pretty hard sometimes.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
I'm
I
like,
get you once in a while. You're
like,
about,
okay, that was funny. Or sometimes I just shake my head and nod as if I understand, because sometimes I don't even get it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh well.
You're so overly sarcastic that sometimes I'm that gullible as well.
Right. Yeah, I'm very sarcastic. I'm so sarcastic, I'm serious.
Right. And then I can't, there's not a I'm sarcastic flashing.
I think maybe it's the look on my face when I say it, but you got to listen to the words that come out of my mouth. I sell it with the look. If I told you I was
I think you kind of need to do that to them. What kind of look was that?
Well, what it is it's really just I have to be in the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I can't really do it right now.
All right.
But if I had to do it right now, it would be more of let me think of a good scenario. Stephanie, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm not really sure we should have a Christmas tree anymore. And you're like, why not? Like, you're really concerned at this point because I really worked you up, because that's a pretty bold statement. So I got you right where I want you. Ugh. And then I put a serious face on and I say something like, I don't know. I make up some BS thing.
I still believe you.
That is so obnoxious that I'm thinking to myself, there's no way she can believe me. There's no way. And you believe me every time.
No, I haven't learned.
I'm like, are you listening to the words coming out of my mouth? I sound like there's no way this is possibly.
Maybe just because you have mastered that tone of voice that doesn't change as you're saying it. So you're
correct. Yeah. But so you got to, so maybe are you actually listening to the words coming out of my mouth then? Or just worried about,
yeah,
are
but
you really
you're
listening to what I'm saying, Stephanie?
I'm really listening to what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I just gave you the secret, the key to unlocking.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yep.
I'm probably not, doesn't matter. Here we are, in love, 3 children, doing podcasts now.
David, I just thought of a really funny story.
Okay, I'm ready.
Do you remember when we went to the windmill?
This is your favorite story of me, I swear to God. It gets you every time.
It's so funny. I'm already tearing up because...
Tell the story.
I don't know. I can't tell it as funny as you.
Well, I haven't really told it in a really long time, so I'm not sure that I could actually replicate the story.
So we're at the windmill. It's the best ice cream shop in Tomahawk that you have to go to anytime you go near it, past it. You gotta
go get that windmill ice cream, dude. That's so good. Anything with sea salt in it, delicious, dynamite.
Right, tiny little shop with a windmill on top, and of course, being a tiny little shop, there's also a teensy tiny little bathroom that also is there.
You can't even hardly turn around to sit down in this bathroom.
It is that small. So we get there, waiting in line. Of course, David's got to go to the bathroom. When does he not have to go to the bathroom?
Always have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, so there's like one person in line. He's gone. All right. Okay, minute goes by. Two people come in. Another 3. Like, okay, now like a whole line of people. Now the door is open. All right, there's a ton of people in this shop. David's so like, where is David? What is he doing? So with this like crowd of people, he finally comes out of the bathroom. I think you need to tell your perspective, because I can't even say it without.
You keep going. So
as I thought he was just going pee-pee, he goes into, well, you were standing there thinking you just had to go pee. Then all of a sudden you realize, oh shit, I gotta go to the bathroom. So as you try to pull down your pants
quickly, because it happened lightning quick. Like, I've never had a poo go from a feeling to an action so fast in my whole life. So feeling to action time was like
turn around
minimal
and try to sit down, you hit your head on the door because that's how small it is.
I thought for sure everybody out there heard it. I was like, oh my God, they're going to wonder. It's like as tiny as an airplane bathroom. It's smaller
thin door, super thin door.
I'm a small guy and I could hardly fit in there. Hit my head. Well, I'm just going pee and I got to, and then all of a sudden it hit me like, I have to go number 2 right now, like immediately. So I quick turn around while I'm pulling my pants down, swing down to sit, smoke my head on the door. I can hear people coming into the shop.
Crowd
of people.
Crowd of people.
And I'm just dropping a squirrel off at the pool, man. The turtle head has emerged and the squirrel is swimming. Like, it is just beyond anything you have ever seen in your whole life. So now I'm worried about clogging. And my head hurts. And I'm pretty sure everybody out there could hear everything that's going on in this bathroom. But I didn't care, dude. I had to go so bad. Shame out the window. So I came out, I got my ice cream, and we just kept going, dude. I don't know. I got some major problems with bathrooms. I have so many stories about bathrooms.
You were telling me this story as we're waiting in line with this crowd of people, and I am just dying. I'm dying laughing as he's continuously telling me.
I'm like whispering to you because obviously I don't want everybody to hear what was going on in there.
And I swear, like 2 people actually like pulled on the door because they were trying to go to the bathroom while you were in there.
Oh yeah, I could hear. I mean, obviously it's
right
in front of my face.
That's funny. Or that time we were at Bar Louie with Shane and Eric.
Okay.
And you told that embarrassing story about that razor. Oh my God.
That time you shaved your razor with my pube razor.
So obviously we share a shower. This is living in Florida. Now, you got to keep things groomed since it's a warm weathered state, so you got to, make sure everything's in its place. So one thing that sometimes I do every once in a while is I shave my face. Shave my mustache. I do it. Not scared anymore. It's just reality. I got lip hair. It's dark. I got to take care of it. I got to shave it. So anyways, we're at Bar Louie with our friends, Shane and Eric. Had some good times with them. So all of a sudden, how did it even come up?
Oh, I don't know.
Something. Were you first talking about using?
Shane was talking about maybe I have no clue how
using a shaver and it like dulls out or something like that.
No clue how it happened.
And I think you just came out and said, "Hey, well, the last time Steph used her razor, she was wondering why all these long hairs were in it."
Well, okay. Oh, here's what happened.
Or no, I used it. That's what it was.
You were talking about using your razor.
And I was telling you.
Yeah.
So this wasn't even between Shane and Eric. That's how it went. So I was telling you, I'm using my razor and I'm wondering why it's so scratchy. And it hurt. It hurt on my face as I'm shaving. And all of a sudden I look and there's like some long ass pube hairs on the freaking shaver. And so we are sitting with our brand new friends, Shane and Eric, at Bar Louie. And the one thing you can say is, hey, Steph used the razor and she realized my pubic hair was in it.
Oh, so you were using the razor that I manscaped with in your face.
Your crotch, man. I was so mad. I was so mad at you. I was so mad that you said that in front of our new friends.
Funny, though.
All of a sudden, they're just giving me a look like, why the hell you shave your face?
No. Oh, my God.
The stuff. You know what we need? Okay, here's another story. I don't know how long we're doing. You might need to like cut this off in sections or something like that. First date. First date, okay? Awesome dinner over at Wishbone out in Weston because that was the fanciest place we could get a meal. Great dinner, awesome conversation. All right, let's go for dessert. So we went to the Bricks soft serve, got some ice cream.
I was so full.
Then we went to Malarkey's.
Oh.
All right. So now we're a couple drinks in. And then we're sitting at a table. I have my hands on the table. All of a sudden, you look at me real serious with that look that you just had when we were talking about being sarcastic. Put your hands gently on mine. Both hands. Well, anyways, I know. So you look at me and you say, Steph, I have to tell you, I'm a cocaine Coke
addict.
Coke addict. You tell that to me on our first date.
Yeah.
First date.
Yep.
I feel like I was talking that real close. Sorry. And for the 5 seconds, I honestly believed you until you said, I'm kidding. But then I was really concerned because I'm like, is he kidding? Or is he really a coke addict? I don't know. So now to this day, I just can't figure that sarcasm out.
I wasn't a coke addict. I was just seeing what I could get away with. I was testing you.
Right. Good thing I believed you.
You took it in stride. Well, because you were in a bad position. I put you in a bad position because it was like if you start laughing and I was serious, you'd be like, oh, and then
this is gonna end real soon.
Yeah. If I was, if you were, well, whatever. You kind of had to believe me, I guess. I don't know. Well, I cut it off right away.
Yeah, like I said, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But then I was like, ooh, I don't want to be dating a coke addict.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Not good for my life.
That's not where I was planning on going. No.
That's funny.
Why are just all these stupid, funny stories just coming to me right now? And they're just dirty and wrong, and people shouldn't even know about these things.
No, they can know. It's okay. It's all fine.
Talking about poop and pube hair.
That's just what life's about, man. Seriously, what human out there doesn't deal with those things on a daily basis. Let's be honest.
True.
Anybody out there who doesn't deal with those 3 things on a daily basis, you can email me and I'll write you a check for $100.
Take them up on it.
Yeah. So anyways.
Anyway.
Well, alrighty. I suppose we should probably wrap this up and, as Ryan would say, what would he say? Land this plane?
Oh, I don't know. What does he say?
I don't know. He changes it sometimes. I don't know what he says. I think he says lands this plane.
I did not do my research and finish watching the episodes.
Oh, you didn't watch all 15 episodes?
No.
You didn't even listen to our podcast.
I'm a really supportive wife, I promise.
You are. You don't care what I do as long as I'm home.
You do
eventually.
so much stuff.
I do a lot of stuff. I got a lot of pokers in the fire.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, thanks for being on the show. It's been a pleasure. You're for surely the most attractive guest we've had on our show.
Ooh.
Ever.
Yeah.
By a mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
I'm ready for my $50. Ryan, don't forget to ask for your money.
I'm not
per episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Ryan pays me.
Oh, Ryan pays you?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we both keep telling we're paying each other. Nobody pays anyone.
Oh, okay. There's no actual money exchange.
No, we have no money. We have $0.
Just this.
Yeah, we have no. This is all out of pocket on rummage sale couches your wife finds for free.
Free.
Yep.
Yeah. This nice
table.
Nice table. This couch was free.
Cool. All right. Well, we will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ryan and Dave Save the World.
Woohoo.
Peace out.
Bye.
Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys like what you heard and you want to hear more, little mixing it up here today, let us know. Dude, we're open to anything. All right. Make sure to check us out on all our social media platforms. Give us a like, a share, a comment. Follow us. Whatever you got to do, whatever buttons you're supposed to push on those social media platforms, do it. And we'll love you for it even more.